welcome to Uping Stock Trend Prediction channel. So in this video, I talk about the Tesla stock price prediction and analysis for the next week. So today is February 11th. So this is a Tesla weekly chart and this is a Tesla daily chart. And you can see in the last week, during the early week from Monday to Thursday, is basically it has a very good increase of the stock price, and on the last Friday, and it opened low and also have the noticeable drop last Friday. So many people will be interested in what will happen next week for the coming week. And for Tesla during the past several weeks, it have a very good rebound. So Tesla stock price almost increased about $110 something. Start from last Friday, and it already started to show the decreasing momentum and the decreasing trend. And it last Friday it opened low. You can see it opened exactly around this blue trend line, and it has a little bit rebound, but during the later of the day, last Friday, it has a continuous drop and even dropped down to this bottom trend line of the daily chart, and this is around $192, and then it has a little bit increase. And when it dropped to this kind of low price region, and when it tries to increase, and this kind of blue trend line will also becomes a kind of a resistance. So it was try to exceed this blue trend line, but it's very hard to increase the stock price. So it was closed here around this blue trend line, but if you zoom it, you can see it actually closed below this trend line. So it's not a good sign. So that means early next week it still have a strong decreasing momentum, and it may open low around $193, or if it opened around $196, it may still have a decreasing trend, and so it's very likely for the early next week is still have a very strong tendency to decrease it to even down to $189.9. So it's about $190. So but this price may still a little bit it may still a little bit struggling around that stock price. And when you see $191 is this blue trend line. So right now, even though it still have shown the increasing trend here, so in the next week, early next week, it may open a little bit low, but it still may have a little bit more increasing momentum and the trend and trying to push up. But when it's trying to push up to this $213, it will very likely will still drop down, and it may not be possible to even increase up to this $213. So this yellow trend line, $198.7, this could still be a potential resistance. So the next week, its fluctuation range is around this $191 and $213. So depends if this blue trend line, this $191 cannot be supported, and it may drop even down a little bit more to this band. but it will not expected to be dropped very quickly, because right now there's still many people are still trying to increase, because it's a kind of a transition region. Depends on how good that increasing momentum is, so it could be transitioned to a continuous drop for the current month, for February. And because if you switch to this monthly chart, and you see for this monthly chart, and the first week of February is a kind of a continuation of increasing trend from the last week, is carried over for this kind of increasing momentum. And so for the current month, February, so it's not completed yet, so it's still in process. So for February, it currently opened here, opened on this yellow trend line, so it's still pushed up, have a strong increasing momentum, and increased even above this yellow trend line. But this is still have when it goes to this kind of a region, it will increase with a slower pace, because it will have a more resistance. And it closed here last week, and so it still could have a continuous tendency to even drop it down. So next week, or in the next 2 weeks, a couple of weeks, so it still have a very high possibility that it will drop it down, even down to this yellow trend line again. For this, right now it's about $173 or $172, so it's still have a very high tendency to even drop it down to this yellow trend line for this. So we need to be careful about this point. So if it's dropped even below this yellow trend line, then that's a very, very bad sign. It could go even down to this blue trend line around right now is $143, but this could be a potential monthly low. But right now, so far, because it's still have a battle stage, it's a kind of a transition region, so that means it's also have a possibility that it may still trying to push it up again, trying to reach this yellow trend line. So it will, if it goes to this direction, and it will be a battle around this price range, around this yellow trend line. That's this intersection between the actual price and this trend line is around $204. So it will still battled around this yellow trend line, and if it's have very high increasing momentum, it may still exceed it a little bit more, but still it's relatively very hard to increase even higher than this price. So depends. This trend line is typically will not be reached, but in case for some special case with very strong increasing momentum, it may have a low probability that it can be reached to this yellow trend line. But in case if it reaches to this yellow trend line, then it will drop, and with very high probability. So need to be cautious about that. But this price could be the monthly high for the current month. So the next week, expected fluctuation range is around this price range. With still a possibility that it may increase up to this $224, or may drop it down a little bit below this blue trend line. But the regular fluctuation range is around this price range, around between $192 and $213. So if you are interested in this kind of analysis and prediction, you are welcome to subscribe Uping prediction channel, or watch more videos in YouTube or in Uping stock trend prediction channel, or you can also buy or purchase this kind of prediction tools for real-time monitoring and real-time trading. So to support your real-time trading, so you can buy this kind of tools from the upingstock.com. So that's an online store.